We got an early look at the Midnight Alpha, and we're here to tell you everything you need to know about PvP, including some major changes to crowd control, information on the brand new Demon Hunter spec, and some major reworks to every single class. But first, let's look at how CC is changing next expansion. Instead of CCs being fully DR'd after 3 applications, they will now be completely DR'd after 2. The diminishing returns timer is changing as well, going from 18 seconds down to 16, together having a huge impact on PvP. But now let's look at the Devourer Demon Hunter, a brand new DPS specialization coming next expansion. In Blizzard's own words, this is a mid-range spec, which means having a combat system similar to an Evoker, Survival Hunter, or even Ret Paladin, attacking from range and dealing void damage. Just like other iterations of DH, Devourer has Fury as a primary resource and a combat system designed around collecting soul fragments, but with a new twist on familiar spells. Instead of Metamorphosis, you have Void Metamorphosis, which can be kept up for a very long time and empowers your main rotational spells, called Consume and Reap, while allowing you to use a massive burst ability called Collapsing Star once you've collected 30 soul fragments. You also have Void Ray, which replaces I-Beam, acting as a powerful resource dump. Devourer also retains a lot of mobility, including a new spell called Void Blade, which charges you towards your target, and can be comboed with an attack called Hungering Slash. Instead of Fell Rush, they have Shift, which is a targeted ground ability used to teleport across the map. In typical DH fashion, Devourer also has some self-healing with Shattered Souls and a new ability called Sunder that restores HP while also doing damage. Demon Hunter also has a brand new Annihilator hero spec, which is shared between Devourer and Vengeance. Annihilator's key ability is called Void. As you build Fury, you will call down comet storms from the sky. Devourer also has unique PvP talents which buff the damage of your Collapsing Star, give you stronger Metamorphosis windows, or even smooth out your rotation by preventing the need to hardcast Consume. For everyone else, expect major class reworks. Seriously, the original patch notes we received were 121 pages long. Just to give a preview of how dramatic class design might be shifting, Cheap Shot will now have a 12-second cooldown for rogues, though it does seem to have 2 charges in the current build. Other classes and specs are getting entire abilities removed, such as Icy Veins for Frost Mage, with Ray of Frost becoming their new burst cooldown. We've even seen some new PvP talents on the alpha, including the return of NS Cyclone for Resto Druid. While we can't go through every major change one by one, keep in mind that everyone will be getting 10 more talent points at max level, 3 on the class tree, 3 new hero talents, and then 4 remaining points to be spent on the specialization tree, including brand new Apex talents. You can think of these like progressive power-ups to some of the most iconic spec abilities, like Life Bloom for Resto Druids as just one example. There will also be another stat squish this time around, with players now having health pools similar to the end of Shadowlands. Overall, expect your class and spec to feel significantly different going into Midnight, which should be releasing sometime at the beginning of next year, by the way. That means we still have a few more months of Season 3, enough time to submit multiple VOD reviews in our Discord. That's right, every Skillcat member gets 1 free VOD review a month, which is insane value and has proven to work for hundreds of players just like you. It's simple, just submit a solo shuffle lobby and you can get personalized help from rank 1 players like BigMax, who will offer suggestions on how to improve your gameplay. We've also rolled out a bunch of new updates to all of our class courses, which will teach you all of the PvP fundamentals and min-maxing tips needed to gain rating fast. And to make sure you hit your goals, we're still offering a 400 rating gain guarantee, which we will continue to offer going into Midnight. Just use the exclusive discount link below in order to get started. Anyway, Midnight also introduces a new Haranir allied race, which will be playable by 9 different classes, including Druids, who will be getting their first new race since Battle for Azeroth. While we weren't able to play it on the alpha, Haranir's active ability is a grounded AoE spell with different effects, either damaging enemy players or healing allies within its radius. They also have a critical strike bonus similar to Tauren and Dwarf as one of their passives, which we should note is actually quite strong in PvP. We should also note that DH is also getting a new race with the ability to now play Void Elf. In other news, Blizzard is also planning a major overhaul to the UI, including removing the functionality of many add-ons, which we've known for quite a while. But in case you've been out of the loop, it will no longer be possible to pull information from the combat log in Midnight, which will essentially remove the ability to track cooldowns in PvP, among other things, breaking some of the most popular add-ons in the game, including Omnibar and OmniCD, just to name a few. This will also brick many weak auras, but not to worry, since Blizzard has made a bunch of changes to the cooldown manager, including the ability to add spell alerts for different abilities, which will allow you to even play in-game sound effects when a cooldown becomes available, for instance. Blizzard is also revamping existing parts of the UI, including nameplates, which now include tons of options to customize debuff size and placement. with a default layout that looks remarkably close to the current better blitz profile in the skill-capped UI. There will also be some in-game damage meters, which unfortunately weren't working on the alpha, but we've been promised that they are more accurate than details. We don't know precisely how far Blizzard will go with their new add-on philosophy, since restricting the combat log would make interrupt tracking nearly impossible, which would be pretty rough for any caster. Overall though, we expect the eventual goal of the add-on change to make the game simpler and more approachable, potentially attracting a new wave of players with a WoW 2 down the line. The other major PvP feature in Midnight that we know of so far are the training grounds, which will essentially act as a permanent comp stomp, allowing players to practice against bots in Arathi Basin, Silver Shard Mines, and battle for Gilneas. These bots are designed to be better than what we've seen so far in the rotating brawl, and training grounds are designed to give new players a stepping stone into rated content. Now, just to catch you up to speed, we've already gotten a small preview of what's to come for PvP systems, including the Void Storm, a zone that acts as a PvP hub for both factions with rotating world quests and an epic battleground called Slayer's Rise. There, teams will clash in the center of the map, fighting for control over neutral forces that will be used to push lanes and secure objectives. If you played during Warlords of Draenor, this new zone and epic BG will be somewhat reminiscent of Ashran. We also got a small preview at player housing, which you've probably already seen in the deep dive, including information on neighborhoods and so on. But one thing that wasn't mentioned is that there will definitely be PvP-specific rewards to deck out your house. And remember, we're offering one free VOD review a month to every skill cap member to make sure you hit your goals and collect your own rewards before the end of Season 3. We offer a rank up guarantee for all of our games, which will eventually include Midnight. Just be sure to use the exclusive discount link below to get started. For now, we want to thank you all for watching. See you soon.